Caught in a dilemma, creeping through the night, searching for a movie, something that feels right. But the prices keep on rising. I can't afford the thrill. These limited editions, they're just out to kill. 4Ks and Blu-rays, they're a visual treat, but my wallet is crying. How will I afford to eat this week when I'm paying $65 for one movie? Cardboard slip covers are so neat, so cool, but the price tag's high. It knocks me off my feet. Whoa. Severin films, they got the goods, but sometimes the prices make you scream. Scheme Factory, they'll take your money, but they don't care if your case is greasy. Slip covers and 4K, they promise something grand. Back gateways on Black Friday got me feeling bad. And the wait is never ending, cause it's Slippy's fall. Trick or treat release, it's taking too goddamn long. All I want is a movie night. Is that too much to ask? Overpriced bad movies I can't resist. Even though my budget is tight like this, stupid enamel pins, gotta collect them all. And like 4 fries on gray velvet, I'm about to fall.
We back, baby.
We're
Can
back.
you believe it? The day, the Metallica song, we need to play that, although we'd get sued.
We're back.
The day that
And
never
better
comes,
than
plus-
ever.
He's back.
I don't think anybody remembers that except us.
Oh my god, that's
Like
so
one of
funny.
the greatest theme songs ever right
You
there.
hear that on you'd be like, oh shit, here we go. But now it's like I'd give anything to hear that now.
He's making a
Everything.
return. Yeah, he'd be one of the new authority figures
Oh my god.
for NXT
What's
or
going on,
something.
peeps?
Not too much, man.
Don't say.
It's good to get everybody together again because it has been quite a while. I mean, we did the physical media shows from time to time and those wrestling shows, but other than that, we haven't really done like just kind of a hangout stream or anything like that in a long time. So this is going to be fun.
Oh yeah. Get the chat involved here, the chatski. So it'll be good to interact with y'all.
Lots of people going haywire in the chat here. And I want to save some questions, but I want to go ahead and get rolling, man. If people want to kick it with the questions, this is a multi-stream. We're on the Born to Be Rad and DEADPIT. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Garrett wants to answer all of your questions about like relationships, politics, and his love life. So ask him anything.
It's the rad line with Garrett.
Oh man. Ask your questions. I want to answer them. Ask them now.
Yeah.
All right. Foz Rotten, what is up, boys? I've been watching a lot of Magnum PI lately. What 80s shows do you still watch?
Whew. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV shows anymore. Let me think. 80s shows that I still watch. I mean, there's a lot that I still like.
I don't watch anything right now. I mean, like as far as I love Family Ties back in the day, Full House, Knight Rider. I loved when I was a kid. Like that was one of my big shows. But yeah, anymore I don't. I said Family Ties, right?
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard when I was a
Here's
kid.
the weird thing is that Tiny's gotten into watching like old 80s shows now. So she's got me watching she watches them straight through, like whole seasons of them. So we were watching like the Facts of Life the other night. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like I haven't seen this show since like the
So
mid 80s.
think of this though, Uncle Bill. So when we were watching like Mr. Ed and like reruns and shit in the 80s,
That's true.
that's the same, all pretty
Right.
close to
Same
the same
thing.
time.
So what
Yeah.
she's doing, she's watching.
Remember all those shows? I think I was in that show, Mrs. Garrett. Wasn't that the one, Facts of Life?
That's it. Yeah.
My mother's in that. Yeah, it's my mom.
Mrs. Garrett. That woman lived. She just died not too awful long ago, right? She
My
lived to be
mom?
like,
Charlotte Ray.
well,
she
no,
was
I'm
like,
talking about the Mrs. Garrett from the show. Technically, Mrs. Garrett would be your wife.
I guess that's right too.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Tootie? Because I do
Tootie,
now.
oh, yeah.
I forgot about Tootie.
There was a lot of shows like that. Remember there was another one, Give Me a Break? Remember that show from around that time?
Yeah.
Joey Lawrence and what was the lady's name that was the star of it?
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember at all. But man, there were a lot of shows. There's a lot of sitcoms that I'd completely forgotten. Like My Two Dads even existed.
You know,
yeah.
One of my favorite shows from that time period is probably Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Like I loved all those shows, even the ones that had that little fucking redheaded kid. You know, like there was a trend in the 80s and 90s sitcoms. Whenever they were like dying, like fledgling, like ratings wise, they would bring a new little kid in, and that's when you knew it was the final season.
That's what happened. A lot of them, like that kid killed it all. I tell you, the one's my favorite though, and I don't know why, is Mr. Belvedere.
Dude, that is so funny. Because I used to watch that too, and now I look back on it and I'm like, I don't even know like what about that show is like intriguing really. But I used to watch
why would a kid watch that show? If you think about it now, it like makes no sense.
I'm going to tell you the most random thing ever, and I think about it now and I go, what was that some kind of idiot or something? And when I used to watch that show, for some reason I used to think that the son in the show, like the older brother, was like a young Texas tornado. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why. I remember as a kid, and I'm like, I think Texas Tornado when he was younger was in Mr. Belvedere. I don't know why. We talked about this on one of my other shows. Is like some of the worst ones. Is I remember like Matlock was like one of those ones. Like even when the song comes on, like burr, burr, it's like this. I don't understand what the show's about. It's just like a small old man. Like,
I freaking hated
like,
Matlock.
In the courtroom and stuff.
Matlock is like what's that one with Angela Lansbury?
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
That they were on like back to back a lot of times. Like it's like the Granny Hour or whatever.
Or like the commish or whatever it was called.
Mash was the worst too. When I heard that theme song,
you'd hear the helicopter like,
yeah, boom, boom.
You'd be like, yeah, it's time for bed. Wrestling's over.
God. But I tell you, one of my other favorites too that nobody ever references is Night Court. Then they just brought that back too, I think. And
Night Court slaps, man. You know what slaps?
The bass and that.
Boom, 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 diddle, diddle. Yep. I remember Uncle Bill figured that out on the bass guitar, and I was like, "Oh my god,
that was killer!" I'm like, yeah,
that is
stuff
funny.
like that.
All right, I've tried to star a few questions here so we can get through it. Wild Wrangler. Have y'all seen The Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix by Guillermo del Toro?
Nah. I'm not a big Del Toro guy, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't watch it. It's like there's nothing about that would drive me to watch it. So
I'm not either really. Like I was talking to Uncle Bill today. I was like, do you want to review what was it, Crimson Peak?
Yeah.
That was
like, no, I don't have any interest.
I know.
You guys
I talked to Ken today. He's like, Ken's like, did you get this Crimson Peak? The box is like, I guess the box is really nice. It almost looks like a VSU box, the way that it's designed. I guess it's really cool looking, but I was like, to be honest, I said I have no interest in that movie, so therefore I'm not going to buy it. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what about it, but like, I looked it up and I'm like, I don't think I'd ever watch this.
I'm sure it's a nice edition, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it looked like a real nice edition.
His movies remind me of like an updated version of Tim Burton. Like, I don't know why, but like that's the vibe I always get from Del Toro's movies.
He's got great visuals. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
The Monkey.
Way too far out there for me.
Looking forward to this reunion special. Boy, this is what it is. It's like a primetime special. We got 132 people already in here. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, peeps.
First two questions is, can you rank your favorite camp-related horror films? And did Uncle Bill, I think is who he's talking about, did they ever find the mail thief? Did you ever at least see?
Still to this day, have no idea. No.
You see somebody in Walmart wearing a Vinegar Syndrome shirt? Because I guarantee that's your thief.
I've never
Nobody else
seen
around here.
But because of that, I tell you, the end result of that still pisses me off to this day, because of that, I have to have every package now delivered to the post office instead of like my actual mailbox. So I have to drive my ass down to the post office anytime anything comes in. And it's like the most annoying thing ever, but I'll be damned somebody else is going to steal some shit.
Yeah, right.
So.
I'm going to tell you a funny story about I was just thinking of when you said you're going to see somebody walking around with a Vinegar Syndrome shirt and know that they stole it. So, quick funny story is when I was a teenager, my buddies and I went to ECW when that used to come around. Did you guys ever hit that up live when it was around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was what a freaking good time that was. And
I was actually at Heatwave 98.
Woo! Nice, dude. What a time to be alive, though. That was. It was so revolutionary about that time. It was unreal.
Yeah.
And I remember going to a show, and my buddy bought a Francine 469 shirt, and I bought like a Sunny, like it was like Tammy had just come in, so on the back it said like Tammy becomes extreme, and it was like BECU.
Did somebody say something about eating ass on the back?
Yeah. I might have already told this story. So like on the back of the Francine one, it said Francine 469, and it said on the front and the back said I just ate your ass, right? So
that was the 90s.
So the next day, like on Monday when we went back to school or whatever, my friend Mike like wore his shirt, Francine 469 here. I didn't wear mine, but they told him to leave and had to go.
I mean, I imagine so. That's not really like in any way appropriate.
I had never wore that Sunny shirt because I was like, oh, Tammy Sitch. I was like, I'm never going to wear this shirt because so it sat in my drawer forever, just like folded. And
it's probably a collector's item at this point. Though.
My friend Mike ended up putting his at the Salvation Army, like down the street or whatever, the Francine one. And 10 years later, we were driving down like where the place was, and there's a kid walking down the street with the Francine shirt on. You can see from the back. So I don't know if he got his own or if he got it from like a thrift store or whatever. But I always thought that was so funny that the kid's walking down the street. He was like a young kid, and it said like I just hit your ass like on the back of his shirt.
I was looking though like
so I messaged my buddy who's a thrifter, and he sells a lot of vintage shirts and stuff. And I said, hey man, I have like some old wrestling shirts. He's like, send me pictures. So I sent him, and he goes, what's that Tammy one? I said, dude, I've never even worn this. He goes, what size is it? I said, large. He goes, put that on eBay for $800. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. And I ended up putting it on eBay for $800. Somebody offered me $500, and I took it. $500 for a t-shirt. An unworn Tammy Sitch t-shirt from ECW in like 97 or whatever, 98.
Dude, I still have a Heatwave 98 shirt somewhere.
Dude, listen, I'm not joking.
$700.
I was looking those up recently online for some reason. I was just looking up like vintage like wrestling t-shirts. Those the shittiest looking ECW ones, the ones where it looked like, like black and white and just like one picture on there from like the early days, we're going for like $200-$300 on auction.
It's nuts, man. All the old WWF ones too, like, yeah, for real. Do you have any BB?
I've got like the RVD one, like the 420.
I had that with the yin yang on it with the big blue letters.
That one.
I used to have.
I've got the ECW like original one that was just like the logo and with the barbed wire and everything on it. I've got that one. What was the other one I had?
Did you have Sandman's the FNW one?
I got the Cactus Jack one. The Cactus Jack one that he had like when he was around that time.
Right.
Do those still fit you? Because I mean, I have some old WF shirts that still fit me, and I'll wear it.
I think they're large, so they
some of those old shirts though, you got to be careful because they can be dry rotted pretty easy. You like slip them on and they're just like fall apart or whatever.
But as far as I know, like I've still got all those in storage somewhere.
Yeah, all the old WWF, WCW, ECW, they're worth a lot if you guys have them, and concert shirts too.
He also asked though about ranking summer camp slasher movies. I'm not good at ranking. I think that would be a good one to do for like a Tears for Fears show. Summer camp slashers, maybe we could do it that way. But I mean, one's off the top of my head, of course, Friday the 13th, Madman, Just Before Dawn, Sleepaway Camp,
Burning.
Unfortunately.
What'd you say? Unfortunately?
Yeah.
You don't like The Burning?
I don't think either one of us really like.
Come on.
No.
I mean,
it's okay.
Aside from if the gore was not in The Burning, nobody would talk about it. That's
Glazer?
Listen,
it's
I
a
can't
Tom Savini
fucking stand Jason Alexander in that movie. It's just one of those performances that drives me insane whenever I watch it. He's like 40 years. He looks like he's 40 years old, trying to be like 17 or something in that movie. He's going bald, and he's just like constantly cracking one-liners. Just like everything he says is like some sort of like stand-up routine. I just hate that guy.
Glazer though is the man. Remember, he's like all the
Oh,
girls. He's so muscular. He like really wasn't that muscular at all.
He's the best part of that movie, to be honest.
Like, what you like Glazer? Like, yeah, like, oh my god, he's gonna lay on you with all those muscles. I'm like, what muscles? This guy's not built at all. He's just kind of
Bill
like
likes Terror at 10 Killer. That's a summer camp movie.
That's one of the worst. It's not the worst. The worst that this is not a summer camp movie, but the Last Slumber Party is worse than fucking Terror at 10 Killer by far.
Summer Camp Nightmare. I'll throw that up there. That's one of my faves.
Okay, cool. We do have a super chat. I'm going to get through those first and be like Vince Russo. Hey, brother, send the super chats, bro. Gus, what is going on, man? Evening, Garrett, Gus. UB and CK. Are you guys getting the Team America 4K?
I am.
I would say no, but I love it. I mean,
I like it a lot too, but probably not. I mean, when am I going to watch it? We watched it recently again, so no, probably not for me, unless it's like in a bargain bin or something, maybe.
I've got to get it because I don't own it on any. I think I've got a copy of it somewhere, but I don't know where the hell it is. So
I have it on DVD.
That's all I have it on too, I think, but it's a great movie.
The mayor's asking about the tall man prop. I have not ordered it yet. Is it supposed to be a limited thing or what?
Dude, mine shipped today. So yeah.
Don Coscarelli posted his. He already has his in hand too. So
yeah, mine just shipped. I got an email.
Did you get it from Amazon?
I got mine from Entertainment Earth, which I've never ordered from them before because Amazon was sold out when I looked at it. So I did Entertainment Earth, and then I get an email confirmation today saying your order is shipped, and I was shocked because I'm like, they just announced this; it's already coming. Like I didn't, it was like a pre-order. I thought so. I don't know what that's all about.
Steve went to bed today, probably about 4:15. What do you guys think? Favorite donut?
Glazed, probably.
That's a good question.
I like the what do they call it's custard filled, I think. Not cream filled, custard filled.
Like that custard shooting all over you.
You like cream is what you like. You like extra glazed and cream filled.
You like it when it blows up your face with cream and custard.
You know what though, man? Like
no flavor.
I don't get donuts very often, believe it or not. But we had Dunkin' Donuts like not too long ago. That fucking place sucks. Krispy Kreme is where it's at.
We don't have that here. Just
Dunkin'. Krispy Kreme. You poor man. You.
We have Starbucks and Dunkin'. I've never gone to Starbucks. God, never done it.
Starbucks is just. I don't understand why people like Starbucks. I swear to God.
Do y'all have Panera bread up there?
Yeah, but a lot of them have already closed. They've a lot of them long gone.
Best damn thing in Panera bread's them fucking chocolate chip cookies, bulls.
You ever eat anything from Panera bread? You get a fucking sandwich from Panera bread.
I don't get a sandwich.
You're eating a box, like you're eating a fucking side of a pizza box or something.
I get
what
cookies.
Bread are they using in Panera bread?
It's like so hard.
It has bread in the title, and it's the hardest damn bread. Like you will break.
I've never gotten bread.
I know what I will agree with you because I think I do remember because there used to be one near my work, and we used to go sometimes. And when you bite into it, it almost like cuts your gums, kind of, right?
It'll break your teeth out.
It does. It's like. The soup is great. The only thing there that's worth the shit is the soup. I haven't tried the desserts though, but I think the soup is good. But like any of the other stuff, like the sandwich,
get you a fucking cookie, bulls. Trust me. Get you a cookie. Favorite fast food, since we're talking about food here, from Captain Crunch.
If Pizza Hut counts, I'm gonna say that's my favorite. If not, then I'll say Taco Bell.
God, that's another good question. You mean like, okay, what are we talking about? A place or a favorite fast food?
Like restaurant, a fast food restaurant. I would say like Chick-fil-A's pretty damn good. I like Chick-fil-A.
I go with the Bell. I don't know why. I know
Oh,
it's
baby.
Bell.
Bell's
The
great.
Pizza Hut down in Prestonsburg sucked forever, but now it's freaking great again. It's like old school Pizza Hut. So I like Pizza Hut too.
Is it a walk-in, like sit-down dining place?
No, they
No.
changed it to like one of those stupid, like where you just
I heard
carry it
Rest
out.
and shit. That's
I
all
heard
we
that
have
they're
here
going-
too.
They're going back to that though. I heard like there's
Yeah.
going to be more of those open.
Yeah, they're called
Reopen.
Pizza Hut Classics. You can look online. They show all the locations. It's pretty sick, dude. It's actually like it's all retroed out to like what it looked like back in like the 80s. It's a really cool concept, but I think it's just very limited to where they're putting them. So if there was any near me, I would go film there, but there's nothing.
Thoughts on Near Dark, yay or nay?
Yay.
A medium, yay. I'm not excited. That movie, okay. To be honest with you, like everybody puts that movie over 100%. And I like Bill Paxton in it, and I like Lance Henriksen, but I don't go crazy over that movie like everybody.
Is that the
does.
one with
It's so
Jenny
bad.
Wright in it?
Oh god, yeah. You can't say bad things about
Dude.
Jenny Wright.
I could watch her just sitting on a chair for 2 hours back in the day, at least, not now.
I didn't think you were
No,
going to say
yeah.
chair for some reason.
I thought he was gonna say horse because she was naked in the Young Guns, remember?
Yeah.
But I met her in person, and yeah, it's not.
She's
the
had a
same.
rough life, I hear.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Like she was so nice, but she wasn't good. She was gorgeous back then.
Oh, yeah. She was a 10 for sure.
She looked like
Another
a
one-
skin was made out of ivory, if you will.
Yeah.
What's that other movie? And that was it's pretty cool. No one ever talks about it. What's that? It's called like what is it? Madman something? It's like the library one. What is it
No.
called?
I'm
It's-
Madman.
what
Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm Madman.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Main star. That's a pretty cool movie. Different.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
bad. I've got
remember
it.
that one
It's
at all.
Scream Factory, I think.
Captain
Put it up.
Crunch, boys. He's back. Do you think Warner Brothers will do a box set for Nightmare on Elm Street in the U.S.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's what it's going to be, though. It's not going to be a 4K box set.
I don't
I
think
think
so
it'll be
either.
a Blu-ray. And
If
people
they
will
don't
be
do
fucking mad as
that'd be
hell.
pissed. If they don't do the first 4 movies in 4K, then they're really fucking up because that's really what needs to happen. I don't give a damn about the rest of them. They
Well,
can get DVD if they want.
If you're going to do a box set, you kind of have to do them all. But at the same time, like, for instance, if people are saying Scream Factory do a 4K box set, well, if that's the case, it's going to be $500.
Mm-hmm.
They have never done a 4K
Yeah,
box
Ryan.
set of that size, even close. So, but I'm sure it's coming. I mean, it's possible that it'll be a part of the announcement in the U.S. Remember, the only announcements that we've heard is the one for England.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, who's to say they may do like a smaller, like little tiny set like they did before, which I wouldn't be shocked. The extras they announced now, was there anything new in those extras, Garrett, that you remember?
I didn't notice. No,
What they want, like $60 for that? Didn't somebody say that?
it was $60. Yeah,
$60.
Man,
it's a little much.
what?
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
I can see somebody like Severin doing that, but not like Warner Brothers. That seems crazy.
Well, it didn't look like there's any new special features either.
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything new. Nothing that stood out to me, but I knew that was coming with like collectible shit posters and shit too. So I don't know what that was about.
I'm gonna look it up, boys.
Matthew Hara is asking if we collect video store posters. Just received my Friday the 13th Part 4 video store poster. Well, I don't really collect them, but I do have a few over the years. Some really cool ones, actually. What do you guys got?
I get them. I mean, what I'll do is usually like if there's a movie I want to have a poster of, and for whatever reason it's like 27 by 41. Sometimes if it's too expensive, I'll look and see if there's like a video poster, which will take it down about an inch to the 27 by 40. And then it might have different artwork or whatever, and I'll snag that. Just to have something a little bit different. But I mean, I'm not actively looking, but I'll look time and time again if there's a movie that I really want. But I think they're great. It's a lot of nostalgia. Some of the artwork's different, so that's kind of cool too.
You mentioned the Friday the 13th ones. I have a couple of Friday the 13th ones. I have the video store poster for Part 5, and I think it's the one for Part 7 that has, Garrett, do you remember this has a big picture of Jason slashing through like It looks like almost like cardboard or something.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it has like the I think it's 1 through 6 VHS on it. I've got like Day of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Night of the Creeps. I think was a video poster, wasn't it, Uncle Bill? That
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't remember what else I got.
That part 4 Friday is a great video poster because it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's something with the mask that's different. It's like it's either the that's the one with the knife in the eye, maybe, or that's the one with just the mask sitting there by itself. But
The
there's something
mask
different.
by itself is 5, and it is completely different. I remember
There's
that because
something
it's got
about-
like the red. It's got the red light behind it, and it's just the mask. But
Well, he's talking about the one from part 4. It didn't have a.
Yeah, like the one
Oh,
like in part 4 where they show the mask in the eye and the things in the eye. Well, there's another poster, it might be a video store poster, which is the exact same image except the knife is not in the eye of the mask. So, but they're both pretty cool images because I don't remember, that wasn't the original part 4 movie poster, was it? Or was?
The original
No,
part 4 poster had just like the logo on it, didn't it? Friday the 13th, the final chapter logo.
Yeah, that's why. Okay,
no,
so that's why I like that one because I had the mask with the knife going through.
like 4 and 5 both just had like lettering, like the posters, like the theatrical posters, whatever. Just for
Yeah,
like
the
writing.
one for 5. Who okayed that? That was awful.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at the VHS art for both of those, is freaking amazing. Like,
Oh yeah,
amazing.
iconic. I would
Yeah.
say. Even if you're not a fan, I've got that art somewhere back there. I did. Let's go on. We got some super chats here. Chris C, the slasher dude, $2 super chat. The Rad King and the Boss. What is your favorite slasher?
That's impossible, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult.
Man, that would be a good show to do a slasher ranking because thinking now, like, what is my favorite?
Gun to your head, somebody's like comes in, is like, we're gonna kill your whole family unless you pick one
I might
slasher movie to
say-
watch to the end of time.
I mean, shit, like Friday 13th 4 is up there as one of the best. Halloween's great. As much as people shit on it, I love the original Friday the 13th. I think a lot of people have like turned on that movie for some reason over the years. I think those are probably some of my favorites. Off the top of my head, some of the, even just because of the big ones, I just think that they still work. Those are the ones I grew up with. What do you guys want to throw out there? That'd be a good ranking, actually. It's like top 10 slashers.
I would say Madman is up there pretty high. My Bloody Valentine is another really good one.
Is a good.
All the Friday the 13th, like 1 through 8. Like somebody was talking today about, there's people that make fun of like part 8 and part 5 and stuff from time to time or whatever. The first 8 Friday the 13th movies to me are all solid. They're all watchable movies, fun slasher movies.
I agree.
I think that probably Friday Part 2 is my favorite overall slasher movie. I don't know why that is right now, but it just is. Mostly Amy Steele in the ending, but I'd throw Intruder in there too, because I think Intruder is just about the most simple and like great effects, slept on kind of slasher film. I think that there is really.
We got another super chat from Logan Wood. Thank you, sir. Check out that overpriced RoboCop 2. Shout said, how much is it? I don't even know.
It's probably not worth it. I mean, come on. Do you really need a RoboCop 2 bundle, or is the movie just fine? Like, I'll get the movie because I don't have that. I don't even think I have the Blu-ray of that one anymore. I sold it, the Scream Factory one. I may get that again. I think RoboCop 2 is a fun movie, but do I need a bundle with the 2 slips? No. I don't know.
Well, really, like, look at that sale that Shout Factory has going right now. I mean, a lot of their 4Ks that they've released over the last year is basically half price.
By the way, that RoboDoc that they came out with is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen. Like, that's
So
insanely
good,
good.
So good. Yeah.
We got something related to Shout Factory that we could talk about, or should we dedicate something?
You can't get
solely
Garrett
for
in
that?
trouble with Scream Factory because Garrett's
On good terms.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
answer questions.
We'll stick. That'll be a future show. But
Some more questions.
let's just say that we did like a little showcase on their lack of quality control, and they saw it, and we'll talk about it at some point.
There was somebody else that just posted something today that somebody posted that they got their Dracula 2000 and it was all bashed in or whatever.
They
deserve
did them a favor for that.
They
one.
fucking deserve. If they got Dracula 2000, they deserve.
Come on! I want to see Dracula 2000 again. For some reason, I remember seeing that in theaters and thinking to myself, that was pretty cool. And then
didn't that already come out on Blu-ray?
I don't know.
Wasn't that in? Didn't they do like a multi-pack of like Dracula 2001 and 2002 or whatever the hell it was?
Next thing you know, Garrett, you're gonna have the Island Dr. Moreau, and then we have to shut it down.
You know what's funny is I've actually never seen that movie, so a part of me was interested in it because I've never seen it. Is that not good? Is that the one with Val Kilmer, or like which one?
Yeah,
is
it's
that?
Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, and it's notorious for being one of the worst films of all time because of like all of the Marlon Brando basically just refused to do anything at all in that movie for the director, including like the right dialogue. He had a little, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little person with him all the time that he insisted on having that was not in the script, just a guy like there with him all the time. And just, it's so stupid and crazy. I mean, it is kind of almost worth a watch one time, but I wouldn't.
Is that a remake of another movie?
It is.
I was getting confused.
I want to say that somebody did make that movie before, like in the maybe 50s or 60s or something like that. Like, but I'm not entirely sure.
Are we going to go see The Strangers Chapter 1?
No.
I'll see it. I'll see it when it comes to streaming or physical media, but I'm not going to go see it in the theater. I think it's kind of unnecessary, so we'll see how it does.
It's a gigantic risk from the studio too. As Princess Puffin's back there.
Oh yeah, she's moving around.
Another one from the Captain. This is Captain Crunch. When do you guys think Paramount will announce more Friday the 13th 4Ks? That's a good question. Nobody's really discussed that. It's been 2 years since.
What have they just got? One, just the first one still?
Yeah, the first one was at least 2 years ago, wasn't it?
We should ask Slippy so he can ignore us.
This is from the mayor. He wants to know how much weed you smoke in a day, Garrett.
Zilch, zero, nada.
Garrett's a dime bag a day person. You leave him alone.
Which was the better year in WWE history, 1997 or 2000?
Probably 97.
Me too.
97 was the Bret Hart shit, right? So yeah, 97 by far.
And they had surprises almost every week on the show. Like 97 was really the year that WWF turned it around, I think.
Yeah.
But it took another year for everyone to catch up with it, like with watching it and stuff.
But isn't it scary? Do you guys feel the same way? Like when you think back at some of the stuff that happened in 97, like right now I'm popping in my head. Remember when Vince and Brett was in the ring and Brett was like going off on Vince?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, like that doesn't feel like that. I can remember that like it was fucking yesterday, sitting in my living room floor watching Brett ream out Vince on TV and me being like, what is going on here? And like literally like how old is that? Like 30 years old, basically.
Yeah.
Like scary, man. Scary.
I think that honestly, that might have been one of the best overall years for wrestling. If you include like WCW and WWF at that time, like
it was fun. It was a fun time. Let's see here.
When that Raw's war theme would come on, and they used to remember like the 9 o'clock hour or whatever, it would switch to like Warzone.
It's like two different shows. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Jonathan Songko, your thoughts on Megan? I think all of us like Megan, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I'd see a sequel.
Who didn't like it? Somebody fucking hated it.
Rambo and Mark both hated it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I don't understand the hate for that movie.
I mean, I'm not going to buy the doll, but I'll watch a sequel to the movie.
You're not going to get the doll?
You will 100% buy that doll at some point.
I don't believe
I know
that.
it.
Imagine showing up and like that being on your doorstep waiting for you. Like, all right, cool.
Your wife would be
Imagine
like,
anybody
what
seeing
the hell's
that,
going
yeah.
on?
Well, that's the thing that's weird. It's like, what do you do with that thing? I don't know. It's like it's just.
I can tell you what people will be doing.
Well, that's
Listen,
what's weird about it, man. It's like I'm kind of like,
See-
is it a big scheme? Like everybody who buys it, the cops are going to their house like to deliver it.
yeah, it's like one of those shows that used to be on like TV where they just show up to your house. Like,
And again,
step over here, sir, please.
everybody
yeah,
in the chat,
just have a seat.
there's a ton of people in the chat saying hey and everything. Welcome, everybody. We are trying to get through as many questions, though, as possible. So if you got a question, we're going to try to go through all of them, bulls, until we're sold out.
Sold out. Lex is sold
The
out.
first one was good.
When will Paramount do a Friday the 13th 2 through 8 and 4K? Probably knowing Paramount, they're going to do a box set of those eventually, like a kind of a half-ass deal where 2 movies are in 1 4K. What do you got? You think that's probably what they'll do? I don't see them doing individual releases of those in 4K. Not for a while,
to
at
me,
least.
because I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm not with it, but a part of me is like, do a lot of these companies, like, is 4K selling good enough for a lot of these companies to put the stock into like doing that? Or they assume like Friday 13th fans will buy this for sure? Or are they kind of like, we'll wait a little longer and see? Because out of the 3, 4K is still selling the least out of the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. So, I mean, do you think they're hesitant about putting all that time and energy into building these back up to 4K? I don't know. It's weird to me.
I wonder if this like Warner Brothers thing with the Nightmare 4K is some sort of experiment where they're checking to see like, all right, let's see
could
how many
very
of
well be.
these like that we sell at this price, just to see if they want to fuck with like all the other stuff.
Mhm.
You know, because you're right. Like I don't see major companies like that just rolling out box sets of 4Ks like that. I just can't imagine it.
I mean, I would buy a Friday 13th 4K box set, and I've got plenty of that. I just would, because I mean it's a special franchise to me, but I just don't know if the average person would.
I don't think they would. I really not for the price. I mean, you'd have to like even for a company like that, right? You imagine that many movies on 4K, it'd have to be a fortune, man.
Well,
Like-
that too, and it just sucks because I think the Scream Factory box set is probably one of the best box sets I own in my whole collection, as far as, you know, top to bottom, the way it looks, all the stuff. And Paramount's gonna put that out. How are they gonna top that? Like that tin set is nothing compared to.
Well,
It
I
is
don't know.
bad. That
Yeah.
was awful.
that was I've got that. That's all.
Who was in charge then of that home media division? Because they went with, like, you remember when they changed the Friday the 13th logo?
Yeah, to that
Who
weird.
made
like,
that decision?
I know.
That's so odd.
For real. That's why it's like it's nervous. I'm nervous about them putting a box set out, because I'm like, unless they make like a steelbook set with all of them are on steelbooks with the original artwork, and then have some kind of cool box over it. Like, I just don't see what they can do. I don't want another one of those, like, you know, you open it up and there's like just deep 4Ks like in the sleeves, like 2 per like page or whatever. Like, I don't want that booklet type thing. So I don't know. It's interesting.
They'll slam them in there like Mill Creek used to. They just-
All stacked on top of each other or
Yeah,
whatever. And you have to make a whole pyro. Yeah.
This is a good one for you because I don't even know what this is. Did any of y'all pre-order Ninja Terminator box set from Neon Eagle?
No, I don't even know what that is.
I'm good.
We don't know what that is, Eli Cortez. And
I
we
got
we
China
don't need-
O'Brien. I got to watch that, so I'm fine now.
You've sold me on that, man. I'm going to have to buy the Vinegar
Look,
Syndrome one when it comes out.
She was, it still is to me, like the only female martial artist that I was like ever really into. And I don't know how many more there really was. Like she was like the one, especially in the 90s.
We had a poll up on which it's a review for the Eureka Entertainment one that came out recently. What do you think the draw was for Cynthia Rothrock? Do you think it was her look? It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I think
acting.
it was a combination. Yeah, no, her acting was awful. Combination of like 2 things, I think. Like her looks and also the fact that she was like a fucking 9th or 10th degree black belt. I mean, she was legitimate. She won tournaments like in forms and weapons, and she won tournaments and like, I mean, she had a bunch of different belts and a bunch of different styles of martial arts. I can't even remember all of them, but I mean, she was legit, and her kicks looked amazing. Like her punches looked great too. I mean, she had like a sailor kind of punch, like a wrestling punch, and I think that was it. She can't act for nothing, but like it's a combination. Neither can Norris, by the way. It's a combination of all those things. Like,
Are you surprised Vince wasn't like, get me Rothrock?
I mean,
it's
yeah,
kind of surprising.
like that should have happened, really.
Yeah, there
This
was
is
did you guys
Go
see
ahead.
Undefeatable? That was fun as hell. From Vinegar Syndrome.
I'm behind on a
I've
lot of
seen
those
it
Vinegar
before, even
Syndrome
before
ones.
That's a fun one, man.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That end fight scene, rolling that guy's
Yeah.
going crazy. That's amazing.
We hit 200 people in here, by the way, so we appreciate all you guys. Be sure to thumbs up the video. Go and subscribe to both channels, DEADPIT, Born to Be Rad. We are the RadPit Bulls, reunited. Reunited, and it feels like you. Blu-ray Addict, favorite Bobcat Goldthwait directed film.
How many are there?
I'll have
Did
to
he, did,
go
he, did,
look.
he, did he direct Hot to Trot? Because I'll throw that one up there.
Hot to
He
Trot.
directed,
That's my
I know
pick.
he directed Shakes the Clown. I don't think he directed Hot to Trot.
I saw that in theaters, dude. Hot to Trot.
What about Police Academy 4? He was in that one. He?
Yep.
So that was a good one.
World's
That is
Greatest
fun.
Dad. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Adrian James, worst Blu-ray art cover you ever bought.
How in the hell would you? That's like impossible. There's been so many horrible ones.
I'll say this: I don't own this, but it was bad. Was that damn what was it? The Scream Factory 4K of like dog soldiers. That was pretty freaking bad.
What are you pointing to?
Existence. It's got the fucking hairy.
That
pretty
ain't that bad. I mean,
I like the logo on it, but yeah, the hairy belly button's a
That's
little bit
pretty
off,
fucked up, man. There's a bunch of those.
No, I know the one. I know the fucking one right now. What did he say? Did he say Blu-ray?
It don't matter, whatever.
The worst one is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 DVD with just the white background and the stupid
you didn't
ass
like
like
that?
chainsaw on it. Like,
Oh, that
What
was kind
about-
I actually kind of thought that was all right because it was kind of
Mm,
basic. But the other
that's all.
Texas Chainsaw 2 with just like him on the front, like
Dennis
was
Hopper
bad.
just
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
Dennis
that's
Hopper
pretty
just
bad
like-
too.
he wasn't even doing anything.
The
Dennis
Lord
Hopper
of the
thrown on the
Harvest.
front. Yeah.
The Happy Optometrist or Optimist. I can't read. Who is the most criminally underrated WWE superstar in today's
I have
product?
no idea on that one.
I've got it, man.
There's a
My
lot.
pick, because this guy has been there forever. He is great in the ring. He's got the most unique look, one of the most unique looks of any of the guys that they've got. And they just never have done anything really with him, and that's Sheamus.
Mm.
I mean, they've done everything with Sheamus, though, is the thing.
Not
Like,
really. I mean, he's kind of just there, though, is what I'm saying. They've never
now,
really
but back
pushed
in the
him.
day, man, shit, like he was in
Yeah.
every
I would say
angle.
I think someone like Finn Balor is not enough of what he could be. They just signed him too for the biggest contract ever, and I'm looking around. I'm like, for what? For the Judgment Day to break up, him to feud with Priest, get his ass kicked, and then end up going to be a tag team with JD McDonough for the rest of his career. Like, I
Oh,
just
God.
I feel bad to like see where he was and like what's the game plan, because Finn Balor's like in his 40s, so he's not a
So
young guy. But
They signed Finn Balor to the Lord. Did you say that?
no. Well, they
Oh.
re-signed Finn Balor, but
largest,
his
probably.
largest
Oh.
contract
I was
now
gonna
because
say, it ain't no way.
you know, yeah, because they don't. What's happening now is they don't want some of these guys to go to AEW, so they're going to give them a little bit more money because like they would grab Finn Balor in a second. But it's like one of those things too. It's like the Demon thing was so huge. Like, why don't we have that? Like, come back.
They screwed that. I've never seen a gimmick more screwed up than Finn Balor. Like,
Why did they
with that.
stop doing
Like,
it though? Like, I mean, I
It had
like
to
him
be
as a
then.
heel in Judgment
He got
Day, but,
injured,
like,
if you remember. Like,
yeah,
he got injured, and then it like I don't know what Vince did at that time, but he killed that whole thing, man. Like, because it was huge. Like, people were going crazy, and that character was over more than any. Like, I mean, as much as any character. And then that injury happened, and he never like regained the momentum. I don't think after that.
but he never used it really after that, did he? Like I don't think he's really ever
Not as
used
much. Like, and I don't know why. What?
One of his many dates was at Panera Bread. He got his date a bagel.
Yeah, she
I
chipped
got
her
a,
tooth off.
a bread bowl.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, let's get into some more questions, Bulls. Jonathan Sonko, real quick. Blair Witch Project and
Love it.
Lake Placid.
Love
Love
Blair
them both.
Witch. Lake Placid I can do without, but Blair Witch I like.
Lake Placid's okay, but yeah, Blair Witch is a
I love
classic.
Blair Witch.
Classic in my
Heather
opinion.
Donahue she's doing great nowadays. There's nothing going on with her whatsoever. Everything's fine.
Movie Junkie John, have y'all seen the old Fall Guy TV show? I have not.
No.
Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film from Johnny Darko?
1. 2. Jesse.
I will say 1 through 4 is all like excellent, and after that,
I go back and forth between 3 and 4. Right now I'm on 4, so that's what I'd say.
Running.
I need to check out Wet Movies Family Project
It's good,
video.
man.
I
You
have
did a
not,
great job with that.
but like usually when I check stuff out, I just listen to it at work or whatever. But you can't. I wouldn't be able to do that with that. So I will make special time and check that out. Wet Movie.
I will say this: if he's still in the chat, he posted videos of because his parents were like stage actors and stuff, like in plays and whatnot. His mother was a great actress. I thought they were showing clips of her on doing like plays, and I'm like, wow, she was really good, which is very interesting.
Alan Smithy's Ghost. Any chance you guys will do more old school wrestling streams? Love hearing you talk goofy WCW gimmicks.
Of course, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, we were planning on doing maybe a retrospective on the last WCW pay-per-view, Greed, which that would be interesting because I don't really recall who all they had at that time. A lot of people have already left and went to WWF. So
I would do Greed. And you know what else I think we should do would be as a fun one is when SummerSlam comes around, we should do one of the first SummerSlams I ever saw as a kid was SummerSlam 88, where it was Savage and Zeus versus Beefer and Hogan. That was I think that was the first SummerSlam I ever saw. And when I started watching wrestling, Zeus was like already like just had come in. So like to me, Zeus was always wrestler first. And then when I saw him in other movies, I was like, oh, there's that wrestler guy.
So wait, SummerSlam 88.
that would have been SummerSlam 89. 88 was the one with the pose down or something, wasn't it?
Okay, 89, the one which is with Beefer and Zeus and all them.
I liked SummerSlam 90 quite a bit too. That had the Earthquake and Hogan match.
Yeah, that was a good
the
one.
build to that was insane, man. That was so great.
Like throwing on in the middle of the card because Warrior was at the top.
I think Earthquake was one of the best like guys that never did get that main event run or anything. Like they did.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that dark side of him?
I
did.
Freaking amazing. Yeah. So good.
Jonathan Sonko, thoughts on Martyrs? I like Martyrs, but I don't want to watch it again.
I was going to say I've seen that movie approximately like one time, and I enjoyed it however much you can enjoy that movie, but I'd never watch it again. Probably.
Same boat. And then I guess there was a remake, US remake. I didn't realize that, but I've never seen it.
What is the odds in this? We were not.
I was
live.
thinking the same thing. Before we went live, UB was playing Gin Blossoms on his guitar.
That's such it's like it was meant to be or something.
Card is spying on you or something.
He's just chilling in his bed, like watching, like from like.
He's got the CIA like malware on my computer. Or something.
Christian Laza, what is your favorite wrestling finisher, Bulls? The Meltzer Driver.
Yeah, the Meltzer Driver is great.
It
would be. To me, it would be something simple. It'd either be the sharpshooter or the DDT. Like, those are my favorites.
See, like Super Kick was always my favorite, but I feel like it's so played out now. It's hard to make that like my favorite anymore.
I always thought the Tombstone Pile Driver, when Undertaker did it, was like one of the coolest ones. Just because it was the Tombstone Pile Driver, right? And he's the Undertaker.
I still think DDP's Diamond Cutter was really cool. That was mind blowing to me back when I first saw that start happening. Randy Orton's cool, but to me it was never the same. But that's a good question.
Yeah, good question. Let's see. Jonathan's got another one. Thoughts on Gothica? I've never seen it. Don't want to see it.
Saw it a long time ago and have no idea. I don't remember anything about it.
Saw it when it came out, and I have a DVD. I don't think I've ever watched it again.
What do you guys
Diamond
prefer?
Cutter.
Diamond Cutter versus RKO.
I say Diamond Cutter.
I mean,
I think the RKO's gotten better through the years. I think it's better than when he first started doing it. It was kind of shitty. He would like jump up like. Now I feel like he can snap it on quick.
I don't know. They're both basically the same to me. I know they're different, but
I think Randy Orton's a better wrestler than DDP. So,
well, yeah, he's
the out of nowhere thing worked. He made it work a little bit better. So I would say the RKO. It's weird because I used to not like Orton, and now like
that's killer. Diamond Cutter, but Carl Malone's.
Carl Malone's was good.
Yeah, he had a killer sick Diamond Cutter.
All right, let's see here. Next Exploitation episode. It's gonna be a while though, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through a whole season of the tour of Italy right now, so that'll at least be 3 or 4 episodes of that before we get back to the Exploit Nation. So at least probably a month, 2 months.
Okay.
And I have no idea what it'll be yet.
Black Peter.
What
you
up?
guys dye your hair at all, or you just lucky non-graying boss?
I'm not graying right now. Not graying.
I've got sprinkles of it, like here and there.
I'm noticing a little here too. Actually.
But you can't really tell yet.
It's mostly like on my sides here. You can definitely see it, like I got on this side, yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
in my beard.
if it gets more gray, I'll probably fucking color it. So I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like,
I'm gonna look like fucking what's that guy from Spider-Man?
Jameson.
The boss. Yeah, that's what's gonna give me some pictures of Spider-Man.
that guy from The Sopranos too, that skunk dude.
Oh yeah.
The
Razor's Edge. I forgot all about that.
We're catching up here. PT, thank you for picking up. Yeah, he got the documentary, which is now available on endofthepitthemovie.com. It's back up. And one of the DEADPIT Radio hats. Thank you, sir. I sent out like 9 or 10 DVDs this morning, Uncle Will. We sold quite a few of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Jonathan Sonko, your favorite place in the world?
I don't know. I'm not really hard to please when it comes to that stuff. I'm not really a traveler, so I don't know.
How far do you live from like the beach? Do you guys ever go to the beach or anything?
I used to when I was younger, like in my 20s. I used to hang out there, but I don't go to the beach much anymore. I don't have a lot of time because, work never stops for me, and it's hard to get there. But
how far is it from you?
40 minutes. So it's close. Yeah, I mean it's close.
My favorite place to just relax is Panama City Beach. We went there a couple of times a few years ago. I think we're going back this fall. It's not overly crowded. That's what I hate. Like I would not go in the middle of summer so I can have a bunch of idiots all around me and shit. I can't stand that. And just, great places to eat. The water is crystal clear. So that's probably my favorite place to visit or whatever else, other than just, hanging around at the house. I'm fine with that too.
My favorite place is Detroit. It's awesome.
Detroit.
Especially that park where I went to with all the heroin needles. That was a good time.
Jack's got another one for Garrett. Do you prefer blunts or bongs?
Man, it's been way too long. I don't even remember anymore.
It's been like 24 hours, you guys. Leave him alone.
He straightened up tonight. He's good. He's in good shape. What is one boutique release you wish another company put out? Like I wish we got a VSA of Dr. Giggles and instead the Scream Factory's nonsense.
Oh my God. That's a good question though.
There's a couple I think that Scream Factory's done that I was like, I kind of wish somebody else did that. What does it be? I'm looking up to my Scream Factories right now.
Phantasm is a big one for me. Like I would love
I
to
agree.
see. I'm thinking at least maybe we'll get Arrow doing a 4K box set of it at some point.
I think Killer Clowns is one I would rather have had someone else do.
It's
than
one that
Scream
fits
Factory.
someone else, yeah. More so than Scream Factory.
Let's see what else we got. Wild Wrangler, are you asking us about Jason Goes to Hell? I mean, I like it, but it's definitely got some problems. I don't love it. I don't want some more of it.
I try to I always think that's a better movie than what it is, and I go back and watch it. And I'm just like, it's not. It just, but it has grown on me more so than like in my 20s, I guess. Like I still enjoy it a little bit more now.
What about you, Garrett?
What was the question again?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's not one of my favorites. If you guys want to know our rankings, just go through our live shows. We each did a ranking of our Friday 13th films. So that'd be a fun little, watch along.
What are we going to do for the next Friday the 13th?
I don't know.
When is that? Anyway, I don't even know. Somebody in the chat will tell us, and we'll get to you here in about 30 minutes or whatever. I'm about 30 minutes behind. We did get another super chat here. Freeman Films. Is this Eric Freeman? $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thoughts on Crystal Lake TV show being delayed, and what role do you think Adrienne has in it? She says she is acting in it.
This whole thing makes me nervous now because it's like it started cool with A24 being involved, and now with this whole thing, like it's being pushed back, it's canceled, it's not canceled. Someone coming out saying I left the project because they weren't sticking to like the lore and all this shit. It's like I just feel like this right now is becoming already doomed, before it's even begun, and it just is, I'm not looking forward to it anymore because I don't want to see it. I was excited for it, but I don't want to see it messy. And if that's the case, then I don't know. I'm not excited.
As Davey Boy Smith would say, it's forked. I mean, it really is, man. Like it's going to end up being one of those things, like exactly what you said, where it kind of gets like pushed back, and they're going to try to probably make something out of it. It's going to be awful. Like they just
going to say Crystal Lake is going to suck no matter if you want it or not.
Crystal Lake. Yeah. Did they make a figure?
Crystal Lake is going to suck. Yeah, I had it. Unless if you want, how would it go? It'd go. Crystal Lake show is gonna suck if it wants to or not. Yeah.
Brad Fuller left though, so there's some hope. Like you got the guy responsible for the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and
great.
God, he's Jesus Christ. That guy produced so many awful movies. Like pretty much all the big remakes in the early to mid 2000s. That guy's responsible for.
So he's the one who left, saying that he didn't like the direction they were taking it?
He left. Yeah, he resigned. Good riddance.
I hope you enjoy the new direction.
That's always good when that stuff
I hope
happens.
you had the time of your life, Brad. Can you guys rate, it's from Sammy, the movie The Crush with Alicia Silverstone?
Right here. Signed, baby.
I like it.
You want me to rate?
like
you want me
it.
to rate the movie, or do you want me to rate her at that time period? Because I'm not sure, like which one.
I like when Carrie Ells punches her in the face.
That does happen in that movie.
Donkey punch, bulls. Donkey punch.
How sucky is it? She's supposed to be like a teenage girl. He just like wails her.
Just right across. Yeah.
Wasn't she legit like 15 or 16 years old when that was made?
I think so.
wasn't
Yeah.
No, wait. What year did it come out?
93, I think.
It's early 90s, yeah.
Somebody have to look that up. I don't know how.
That's before
that's
like
before
Brian
Clueless
video and stuff.
and all that shit. Yeah.
She did the what was the year was the Get a Grip album? That's those.
Yeah, that
videos.
was what, 94, I think, wasn't it? Or 92.
No, it was later 92. That album came out like
that was a great album though.
Yeah.
That was probably their last great album. Let's see here.
Came out in 93.
Really,
So, When did she do that video? Was it
That video was, well, there was a couple. There was one, Living on the
Crazy?
Edge was the first one, I think, right?
Yeah, then Crazy. No, it was Living on the Edge, then Crying, then Crazy.
Crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they probably did some of those videos was in 94, I'd say.
That's wild to me if she was like super young and they're doing a
Jackson
video of her washing
Jack.
trucks and shit. Like,
How do you
Yeah.
know that Vince didn't poop on himself when he was wrestling? It's possible.
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
CM Punk did, and Sid did, and Mr. Perfect did. Nobody knew. They hit it well. Are y'all seeing Twisters?
No.
No. I have no. Well, maybe because Savannah might make me go and see it.
That
That'll
looks
be
like the
only way.
most generic piece of trash.
Titty Twisters.
Go see that.
That'd be an awesome movie.
Favorite disaster flick?
Not my favorite kind of genre, I'll tell you that much. So
No, not in.
I like some of the old stuff. I guess you wouldn't say it's. I don't know what I'd pick, man. I don't
know either.
I like
I'm
the-
not-
I don't watch
original,
any of those movies. So
The original Poseidon Adventure is really good with Gene Hackman.
Me and Uncle Bill watched the Day After Tomorrow, literally the day of this gigantic tornado that came through eastern Kentucky and destroyed a couple of towns.
Yep.
A couple small towns. Same day.
Hmm.
Always
I remember seeing that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not a big fan of disaster movies. Really,
I
don't know if it's like the overly CGI look of certain things. I don't know.
They just don't have any story to them. You just a bunch of shit happens and like nothing. There's no consequence.
You know what
to
I
it.
thought was a cool movie? It's not a disaster movie, but remember that movie Roller Coaster?
I don't remember seeing that.
Mm-mm.
I think Scream Factory put it out. It's a really, really good movie. Like I've never seen Dante's Peak. I've never seen it.
It's not good. Neither is
just don't
Volcano. And
I don't
neither is,
like stuff like that.
any of
Like
that shit.
when I was a kid, even like I just never wanted to even see the original Twister. Like it just didn't interest me at all.
I agree.
just-
I saw it in the theaters and it never really resonated with me.
Does Uncle Bill believe in UFOs?
Not really. It's a government conspiracy to keep your attention away from what's really going on, man.
I get
That's
you.
right.
Mhm.
They're listening in their cell phones.
100%.
FBI.
Black helicopters taking off.
What's your guys' favorite overall movie from any genre? Kristen Lazo's asking.
Jesus.
I always say Back to the Future is my favorite. But it's not one I go back and watch a lot just because I think I've seen it a gazillion times. But I think pound for pound, that's probably just almost perfect movie for me.
It is a perfect movie, really.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something different because 100% of the time before I'd say Dawn of the Dead, but I'm going to say at this stage in my life, probably Sorcerer, the William Friedkin Sorcerer.
Wow. Dude, I have not watched that in forever.
I always say the same. It's like a tie between Stand By Me and The Goonies. Like those are two that I never get sick of those movies, man. Like whenever either of those movies is on TV, I can turn it on and literally just watch it from them. I'm fine. Like those are like almost comfort movies, I guess. That's what you would say. Takes me back there if only for a day, back to a simpler time. Thoughts on The Island of Dr. Moreau?
Didn't we already talk about that? It sucks ass.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. Scream Factory's got it out.
That's all you need to know, really.
Justin Smith wants to know when the Fletcher stream is.
Buddy,
I'll let
good
you take
question.
that, Uncle Bill.
Okay, well, here's the situation with that. Like, so he won the spin the wheel, make the deal, and it, we've tried for the last 2 weeks to set that up, and he just completely keeps dodging the question.
He's being a little bitch. Let's be honest. I don't know what the hell
I don't
he's
know what the
doing.
situation is, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever do it. We may have to spin it again. It'd be a first to spin the wheel and make another
just
deal.
We'll go ahead and spin it on here and say Garrett won. He can join us on there.
Right.
We'll nominate him. Jay, board of 20. What do you think about Rawhead Rex? For some reason, that movie scared me when the priest got pissed on. Priest got pissed on in it? I'm going to have to watch that movie.
I like that movie. It's so freaking bonkers, but I think it's fun.
That's right. Mel, here's the thing. You're going to be on it now. If you just sealed your fate, we're not even spinning the damn wheel. It's going to be her on it talking about cannibal films. That's what we're doing. Top
What's
10
Mel
cannibal
been
films.
doing lately, man? She's been
Melsky?
kind of
She's bit-
AWOL for a
Yeah,
while.
she's busy, man. Busy. Life.
Why does everyone in AEW get hurt? Psycho Sim 17.
because they don't they're just out there to do spots, and there's not really like much else that they do. It's just like, let's just do whatever. And a lot of people that are doing them are kind of green, so I think it's just the whole thing. It's like, let's just go out there and go crazy.
Did
Not
you
really
see
consider anything else.
the thing? He's got a point. There's a whole thing with Al Snow where he's basically saying like how horrible all that is, and he's like, somebody's going to die in that ring. Like if they keep it up, like doing what they're doing right now, like somebody's, because they don't.
And that'll be the end of the company. That's when the company will fold.
Well, the thing is too, if you'll watch some of those, like some of the girls now are doing a lot of crazy shit, and it's like they're all so green. Like once Sasha whatever starts wrestling, she's gonna go on to Twitter and be like, I can't work with all these green women or whatever. I'm guarantee it. She bitches as it is. She hasn't even stepped foot in the ring yet.
What a waste of money that was,
dude.
bro.
I was looking. Listen to this. When I was in New Jersey. Me and Freddie were like hanging in the hotel room, and they posted a picture AEW of Sasha, whatever, Mercedes, and I started looking at all the comments. It was like 300 comments or whatever, dude. Every single comment was bashing her, like up and down, waste of money, overrated, all this shit. The only positive comments were that she looks that she's attractive. There was not one positive comment outside of her looks.
Have you
out of 300, and then every other one was like, biggest waste of money, she sucks. And I'm like, wow, like if the AEW sees this, they're gonna be like, yeah, why did we pay her all that money? She hasn't done she sucks on the mic. What is she doing?
I was gonna say, have you seen her do a promo in AEW?
Dude, she's
it's like
terrible.
one of the like cringiest things you'll ever see in your life.
She's a prime example though of like WWE, just the way that they present people, right? Yeah. And they just in AEW, they're just like going out there.
And she has no idea how to do that.
Scripted at all in AEW. It's kind of like bullet points, maybe.
That's the weird thing about WWE is like everybody always complains about how everything's scripted and everything seems so staged. Well, some people need that. Like some people, like you need to be able to do that with because they can't do that they can't do like improv and on the fly kind of stuff. And she's a prime example of that shit.
And I think Wes is 100% right. Is Sasha she sold herself as a bag of goods because Tony Khan just knows the Sasha Banks. Oh, she was popular. She was a 4 horsewoman. She was this, she was that. Didn't really know like that WWE was able to mask certain things. Sasha didn't have long promos, never. Right? Like they know how to mask their like where they're a little bit weak, and then her strong point was she could wrestle. So they did that a lot. Now AEW is making her talk for all these long promos. She hasn't had a match yet, and they're paying her all this money. So they're almost going ass backwards on what she actually should be doing. Yeah. Which is wild to see like that they're doing that. And it just goes to show is that she's making way more money than she ever made in WWE. And I think Triple H knew she wasn't worth the money she was asking for.
I think it's hilarious though if she's making as much money as everybody's saying that she's getting.
I think they said the largest woman's contract ever, right?
I never thought that anybody would be that stupid, but
she's not. Dude, she's not I mean, she's fine in the ring, but she's not the total package by any means. Adrian James, what 80s TV series would you like to see come back?
Small Wonder.
It's a good one.
You can't do that on television.
It's a good one too. Well, Night Court did come back and it sucks, so that took mine.
A lot of stuff come back.
Unfortunately,
really. They brought Family it's Double Dare back, just regular Double Dare, right? Didn't last long though.
You know, it'd be killer to come back though. Yeah, it would be, but just American Gladiators. Why the hell hadn't they? Have they?
They did come back at one time.
Yeah, it didn't work. Remember Hogan was like the host or something.
Layla Ali and Hulk Hogan.
That's why it didn't work. But tell you something, brother. I invented this back in 1987, dude.
I was the first gladiator, man. What you gonna do?
That's too funny.
He bring that war bonnet back on that he had for 2 weeks.
You know what else I don't understand that he had? Do you ever see that interview with him and Warrior before they fought Slaughter? And he was wearing that like little mask. It was like a little green like mini mask. Did you just?
I don't
Like,
You
remember
never
that.
saw that? Oh my god! I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and then post a picture. I never understood it.
Yeah,
Like,
go for it because I don't recall that at all.
One of the best
All right.
promos ever, though, because I was watching it recently, just because of how like stupid it is. It's one of those Survivor Series, and it's Warriors team, and he's they're trying to talk, and he's just walking around them with tape and like taping them all together.
oh
So
yeah,
it's
it's like the Warriors like taping Neidhart and all them.
And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
all like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like, and he just like tapes them all together to where they're like, "Fucking." I think it's maybe the Rockers.
It was
and, like-
Rockers and then Anvil. It was like Survivor Series
Yeah.
88 or 89 or whatever. 88. All right, I'm gonna post the promo of Hogan with the little mask.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, hold on. Let me share screen. I never understood this little mask. I don't know what the hell it was.
What?
What they would do though is like they would film these regional promos for like house shows that they were having. He kept mentioning Madison Square Garden. Hogan may have done that as a joke or something. I don't know.
A joke? Like, I'm gonna make myself look like an idiot on TV.
It's
Yeah.
possible. Look, man, I found this little kid's
Boy,
paintball mask, brother.
Oh my god,
McHorror
I
at
love it.
close range.
love it. So good.
Who's
You
in
guys
that?
ever seen it?
I don't remember that.
You'd love it.
Wait,
It's,
is that Tom Berenger?
no, that's it's Sean Penn and
No, I haven't seen it.
holy shit, what's his name there that plays his father?
don't think I've
it's,
seen
it's
it.
the other Penn is his brother, and then
I was thinking of Open Range at Western.
no, Close Range is freaking awesome. MVD put out a Blu-ray of it. I would definitely recommend it.
Okay, if Rambo was in here, he would know this. But what is that movie? Because this is an awesome movie, and I haven't seen it forever, and that reminded me of it. So it's Tom Berenger and I think Sidney Poitier, and they're like in the wilderness somewhere, and I want to say they're cops, and they get trapped. That's the only parts I can remember of it, but that movie was awesome, and I haven't seen it. in
Sidney
30
Poitier. I don't know.
Somebody out here will know what I'm talking about.
Tom Berenger, you said?
Yeah.
Who took the stunner worse, Trump or Linda McMahon?
I don't
Linda
remember.
McMahon. I don't think I've ever seen anybody take a worse.
What about that
than
last one that Vince took?
That
Remember
was
that?
probably the worst overall. Yeah.
That was the worst. Not is it called Sniper?
No. I think it's Berenger and Sidney Poitier. I swear I can remember that. The hell is the name of that movie?
Garrett,
Shoot to Kill.
Garrett
I
did
don't think I saw it.
wrestle.
Yeah, I did.
I'll tell you
yeah.
what you should do, Garrett. This would be cool for like, I don't know if you do countdowns. I think you do for some of your live streams.
Yeah.
Have clips of one of your wrestling matches
Well,
as a countdown.
Here's the problem. I don't have a lot of them. So I've only got a couple like half matches or whatever, or entrances. But after I got done, I've emailed that promoter so many times to see if he could give me some of my matches, but he's never sent them to me. So like I've scurried the internet and found a couple, but not enough to really make any kind of compilation or whatever. And the quality is not really that great anyways, but I mean, I do have some clips I could probably hunt down.
Brandon asks, past, present, favorite 5-man Survivor Series team.
That's killer.
Well, it's funny. I always liked it when there was 4 guys on it better than when there was 5. I mean, I think that the Rockers, Neidhart. I mean, I actually think the Warrior, Tornado, and LOD is probably one of the best
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Survivor Series teams.
Didn't they do Demolition, Hogan, and Jake the Snake one time?
Yes.
As a
Yes.
team?
Yep.
That was
That's
pretty
a good
cool
team.
too.
Remember the other one with remember the one with Brett and Duggan where they all had the gun, the 2x4s, and they all had pretend it was a gun, and they would like walk down with the 2x4s in their
We're
hand.
going to have to make a
Little
list.
tiny
though,
2x4s
man.
or
They were
something.
called the 4x4s.
So remember the SummerSlam events, but this could be the Survivor Series event. I think it was Survivor Series 94 is the one that I'm thinking about, with Chuck Norris as a special guest
Oh,
enforcer.
Yeah, it was with Yoko.
And they also had, didn't they do, was it
The little people.
the Doink team?
It was
King's-
the king with the two little kings.
Yeah.
And Doink with the little dinks. Yeah.
It was Dink, Pink, and Wink. I swear to
And
God, I think that was their name.
It was, and the other guys was like the little kings was like, oh my God, I just had
When it's sleazy and itchy,
yeah,
or
queasy
something like
and cheesy or something. Yeah.
That's right.
You know what's so
my
weird about
God.
those when they had the little people come in? Why would they always bite in the wrestlers' butts? You know, that was like one of their finishes.
That was a gimmick for a while.
Yeah, they'd always bite
That was
their
their thing.
butts.
Didn't that Saint, was it? No, I thought that may have been the year before. Yeah, it was the year before when Owen turned heel, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I get the 93 and 94 mixed up, but yeah, we should definitely do the Survivor Series since it's like the 30th anniversary or something of it. That'd be funny.
I'd love that. I love that era, man.
McHorror, what is your 3 most watched Scream Factory releases?
I know that one kind of.
I hope they release Airborne. I watch Brain Scan a lot.
That's a great one.
The Halloween movies, the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, those two for sure.
Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead 2.
My Bloody
especially for me.
Valentine. Return of the Dead. And here lately,
Teen Wolf, I'll watch.
Teen Wolf is great, yeah. Are we talking about Scream Factory? Because Shout Select stuff, some of that stuff I like
I mean,
too.
you can count it. I guess it's the same damn company.
I mean, the Burbs is Shout Select, and
Oh
you
yeah,
got
that's true. Yep.
The Wizard. That's
the
another.
Dead
Shout
Zone. I
Select.
watched the hell out of the Dead Zone here lately.
I just ordered that actually, the 4K of that for $18.98.
That movie's a lot better than I remember it being. That movie's insanely good.
We did get a super chat from Mama DVD that I forgot here.
Here we go.
$4.99 super chat. What if Tom Matthews cut a promo on Tony Khan? Tom Matthews is pissed off at the end of Dynamite the other night. It's like, Tony, that face looks like shit, you pussy. Why can't you take it right? About that.
Do you know what's weird about that when they beat up Tony Khan and they held him in the tombstone for like a long time? That was like, it was kind of getting uncomfortable for me. He just kind of laid there and like, what was he doing down there for all
Did he get knocked out by a gut punch? Is that what happened? Like I watched some of that. It's like
he hit him in the gut with a microphone, baby.
And he was like unconscious or whatever.
The hell out of it. Yeah.
He couldn't even have like just a fist, like wrap chains around his fist and punch it. It was a freaking microphone. Oh,
I'm knocked out.
Jammed the mic in his stomach. Like stabbed him like it was a knife.
That's the worst finisher of all time. I know I was kidding earlier. That Meltzer driver, that looks like shit.
Oh my God.
Listen, like
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Can that guy do anything really, Tony Khan? I mean, like
no.
He's not an on camera guy either. He should not be on camera at all in any sort of role.
Did you see when he wore the neck brace to the football draft the next day? And everybody was like, yeah, everybody's like, oh, look, he's selling it. And all of a sudden he's like, and I'm like, yo, what is, it's not a necklace, dude. Like, if you're going to play the gimmick, play the gimmick. Now everybody around you thinks that you're just some weirdo wearing a neck brace for no reason.
Nobody told him. Dude, like if you're really wanting to play it up, get one of those damn halo things that look like shit screwed in your head or whatever. Style. And that way, he couldn't move his head anyway.
That's good heat, Baba.
Yep. I love the movie Airborne, Brian Childs, but it's not for the reason most people love it. So Airborne was like another one in the early 90s, wasn't it, Garrett? I know you guys were talking about it.
Rollerblade movie. It's a cool movie. I like it.
I like Air Bud.
It's filmed, though, in Cincinnati. So this is like early 90s in Cincinnati, which I'm huge nostalgic for because we used to go all the time to see Cincinnati Reds and stuff. And downtown Cincinnati has changed and not for the better. So I love going and seeing like all the old buildings and Riverfront Stadium and all that stuff. It's bizarre that that's not out on Blu-ray. I don't know. I don't get it. Captain Crunch, I have an answer for you. Do you guys remember who the anonymous Raw general manager was? They did finally unveil it.
Wasn't it like Hornswoggle or something?
Yeah.
So ridiculous. So all that time, and then that was like the answer. Like, so ridiculous.
Do you guys have any favorite comedians? I think we've answered this before, but I
Yeah.
can't. Go ahead, boss.
I like right now Shane Gillis is probably my favorite. And I mean overall, like throughout time, Clay, Kennison, Carlin,
Richard Pryor.
Pryor's great. Louis C.K. before he started jerking off on everybody.
Jesus.
Did you ever
Well,
like
he
it?
did. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not making this up.
Early Eddie Murphy was freaking like I think he might be one of the funniest guys of all time. Like early
Yeah,
80s
yeah,
Eddie Murphy.
I agree. His stand-ups though are freaking crazy watches now. It's so crazy. Like
No,
I'm
you
like
can't-
never be at all now. Like it's wild.
It's like one of my favorite things back in the day on HBO was Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam. That shit was great. Like all those people on there were awesome.
I have
But
that DVD, like Kings of Comedy. Like remember that one with all those guys?
It's a lot of those guys. Yeah, I think all those guys were on Def Comedy Jam too earlier. But a lot of that stuff that you would never, ever, ever, ever be able to say now.
Mhm.
People just so easily offended.
So ridiculous.
People need to grow a pair of balls.
Yeah, Norm Macdonald. Somebody brought him up. He was great too.
Dark Side of the Ring series. What do they need to cover in future seasons that they haven't yet?
You mentioned this recently, didn't you? Like you, CK, you had an idea or something like that, didn't you? For like a show that they haven't done yet.
What was it? I don't
Or was
remember
that
now.
somebody? I thought it was you.
Enlighten me. I can't recall now.
I fucking can't remember now, but like,
Vince McMahon would be definite big one.
Well,
to
they
do.
just did one. That was this week.
No, I'm talking about all the shit that's going on now.
They
just
talk about
kinda-
it now, kind of.
oh, did they?
briefly
touch
at
upon
the
it at the
end. Yeah,
I haven't watched that one yet.
it was the what they call it, Black Saturday or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know what is still left. I mean, I'm
Dude,
curious to
they're-
watch
they're-
that Rock's doing that WCW documentary. I'm curious to see what happens on that. The death of WCW. Rock's producing that documentary, so I don't know if it's going to be like
that's cool.
rewriting history or it's going to be like a cool.
Mhm.
You know, I think that's pretty cool. I would like to see. Did they do an ECW one for Dark Side, like just as a whole, or no?
No, they just did like a couple of the people really like
Yeah, they did.
Sandman and shit.
New Jack, they did him as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they're really scraping the bottom of the like some of these episodes this season. Like, I didn't really think that they fit. Like the earthquake one, like he just died, didn't he? I mean, it wasn't really like
Yeah, like he didn't have a lot of controversy, really. I mean, I think there was like that. I don't remember who's who. Is that the one where like those guys came in and beat him? No, I don't think. I don't remember.
no. I mean,
It was
I
a
don't
great
think he had
episode, but
any-
like
yeah,
it wasn't.
it
Yeah,
didn't fit the like motif of what they're going for. I didn't think with that show, and several of them didn't really. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what you do. Is there anything about Bulldog? Maybe I don't know. Like
I think they did do a British Bulldog one. They did well, maybe not. Maybe they just did Dynamite Kid. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. They could do one on. Did they do one on Bryan Adams yet?
no.
That would be an interesting one too.
The Buff Bagwell one was insane. Like some of the shit that they said in that was like,
His
Yeah,
father
this
is
is a-
like shooting him.
Great season. I thought the one that they did on Terry Bam Bam Gordy was good too, just because like he didn't really do anything that bad or anything, but it's just you didn't really hear that whole story about what all happened with him and just how brain damaged and stuff he was in that last run in WWF, and it all kinds of makes sense because we were talking about this even back then, Uncle Bill. We were in high school and stuff. And I was like, what in the fuck? Like, it looks like he's a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
didn't
When he
know
was
who
a
the hell it
executioner and
was.
stuff, it was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was like, well, he's just kind of like, I mean, he's kind of creepy looking.
Mhm.
But we didn't know. Tabata Vision. What's
What
going on,
up?
man? What is the best Warhead flavor and why was it black cherry?
I don't know.
Black cherry.
it definitely wasn't black cherry because that flavor sucks ass.
Well, lemon, I guess.
Man, that shit, like, to me, as soon as you put that shit in your mouth, it's like, it tastes the same.
You might as well
I
go
get-
lick a damn car battery or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah. What was some other ones though? Like there was Warheads. There was what was Atomic? I can't remember.
Oh, what were they called? Like
They come out in the early '90s too. Like a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
like
did.
Atomic Warheads, and then there was
Warheads and
Sour.
Sour Patch.
what were they
Kids.
called, man? They were
not Sour
called
Patch. They were sour something though.
they were like the little balls that you would eat. What they had a certain name to 'em.
Puckers, sour puckers, or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a ton of them. But yeah, Warheads is still around, and that was
Atomic Dick. Somebody said- yeah.
no,
was
I don't
it.
think that's what it was. What out of print release do you wish would get a second print run?
Four
I don't
Flies
know.
on Graybill.
I feel like I've got everything that's out of print. I don't know.
It's not out of print.
I would like the limited edition of Blood and Black Lace, the 4K, to come back out. I missed that one.
Tear jerkers is what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Tear jerkers. Yeah, that's good. Sour balls.
We got any sour balls? Remember from like
Crybabies.
Oh yeah, Crybabies was another one.
Cry
Yeah.
baby.
Let me tell you something, you crybaby.
I'm gonna make you eat these
On the branch,
Crybabies.
Cry baby.
I stick that crybaby on my jaw, and it just makes my tongue go wild, baby. What is that? This ain't enjoyable candy, Cody.
Oh,
Why you give this to Daddy?
WWE needs to get Dustin back, huh? Let's finish Dustin in WWE, please.
Oh, I think it's
let
happening.
me ask you a
How
question
long
about
is his
that.
contract left, do you think?
I don't know.
Too long. Hall of Fame for him or not?
Oh yeah. 100%.
yes,
I think
sure.
so.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Like-
just a matter of time. Like I think Dustin knows, like, fuck, I've got to get back there, but he's in
Yeah.
that contract or whatever.
Yeah.
So, because that way they could do something. I mean, there's all kinds of things they could do with Dustin there. Chris Simpson next Vestron collection history video. Well,
Yeah, anytime. I'm ready.
that's Felcher though too. He's being
Yeah.
a little bitch. I ain't afraid to say it.
He's a busy man. I'm sure he's working.
He needs to
on a
get
lot
that
of
sand out of his vagina and come and talk with us.
things. He's working on some things.
He's putting the
I'll
line
tell
in
you,
the sand.
The way he's not working on is looking trick or treat.
It's the
That
only
may
thing
be
he's
why
not
he's mad.
Yeah.
MTV does still air Cribs, I think, on occasion, but they don't have new episodes, I'm pretty sure, do they?
I don't know.
You know, the show that I loved a lot was Behind the Music. I could watch that all the damn time.
I loved that, man. I learned a lot about like 80s hair bands during that time and what I loved that show.
And
Yeah.
Pimp My Ride, that was the best.
With Exhibit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a Toyota Celica, we'll fucking take it in.
We'll
Pick
put
it
a
up.
fish tank in there. That's fine.
Fish tank in it. Right. It's got a whole full bar in there now in the back.
Tobajo Vision was the best Castlevania game, and why is it Castlevania 4?
I never made it that far, man. I think Simon's Quest was like the last time I played a
Whatever
Castlevania
the Super Nintendo, it might have been Castlevania. Whatever that one was the
game. Was it
best.
Super Castlevania.
Super Castlevania.
Wasn't Dracula's Curse, though, was pretty damn good, too. Wasn't that the third one for Nintendo? One thing that I noticed, like, towards the end of Nintendo's span, like lifespan, I guess, they had the best games that came out for regular Nintendo. Like, did you guys ever have Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project? Like, that was by far the best NES Turtles game.
Mhm. I never had it. I had already moved on, I think, at that point.
He
That was a
on
killer
slide.
game.
Wasn't playing video.
And those games are very freaking rare, too. Like the
Yeah.
ones from like 92, 93, 94,
Mhm.
or whatever. Jack, what is the worst old promo?
Yep.
Yep. I don't like when things don't go my way.
Motley
Motley Crue.
All those are the greatest. Like, was that other guy like I'm Spider? You know, have you seen that guy?
Somebody found him, and
Spider.
there's an interview with him online. Somebody found him.
Spider, or
it's-
are you jumping Jeff Farmer?
Jumping Jeff Farmer.
Oh my God, that guy's amazing.
Yeah, you got to look it up.
Yep.
Turn
It's
the
not as
tables on
entertaining
me.
as that interview, but
Turn the tables on the wrong way.
yo, fuck now.
Did you
Something
ever
like
see
that.
the one? Somebody recently put it up. It was from like some, I don't remember what, it was regional around the 80s. And the guy's like, this big guy in a mask. And he's just like, first I give him this, then I give him that, then I give him this. And that's his whole. He says, they don't want
Those
none
are
of that.
those are.
What about that
fantastic.
one where Lex Luger was pissed off and he couldn't get his
Oh, yeah.
T-shirt off or whatever?
Shirt's
That
too
was
tight,
great.
Billy. Yeah. That was amazing. Probably.
SummerSlam Saturday, whatever it is.
Can they afford to pay me? I don't know. Yeah. That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I saw that Jeff Farmer was the fake Sting. Is that the same guy? Is it?
No, it's a different guy.
Different Jeff Farmer.
What's funny is that stupid ass Hannibal. You guys know him on the.
Do the impression.
So you're the one that did the promo, right? Motley Crue. He asked the guy that played the fake Sting that, and it was
really?
That's
Is-
not me.
Hannibal,
He's
he's not
an
a
idiot.
wrestler, is he?
He used to
He
be.
was for a brief.
He wasn't the
period.
guy that the genius was fighting in the back. Was he?
No, I was the guy that contracted the hepatitis from that fat ass Abdullah the Butcher. Fuck him.
Oh,
Yep. It was a
He's
bad
like the-
situation.
That dude is the worst. Like, he's awful. That's a prime example of somebody that has zero talent at all. And for some reason, he's got like 300 and some thousand subscribers. I have no idea. This shit is terrible. He's the worst. He's probably the worst interviewer that I've ever seen.
wait, is it the guy that Hannibal? Let me look him up.
It's just Hannibal TV, I think, was the name of the thing.
The Hannibal TV.
Oh yeah, that's the
Hannibal.
guy. I think that's the guy that No, is it?
Didn't he get in a fight with Lanny Poffo in the back?
Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
it's
Oh
him,
yeah,
right?
you're right. It was,
All
him,
right, yeah.
but
I
it was
forgot about
fake.
that.
That was faked anyway. I'm pretty sure. But he did stab like a ref recently. Like he was doing some sort of hardcore match. And
He
ended
tried
up,
to
like,
kill himself like a year or two ago,
Right,
too,
son
I
of a
think.
bitch.
I want to go
I
ahead
don't-
and end it.
That guy's just not.
I don't know if that thing with Lanny was fake.
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
said it was fake though.
That looked real, man. I don't know, but that was a good.
It's real to me, damn it.
Lenny Poffo's a weird dude too, by the way.
He took his ribs out. No, didn't know what he do. He just could do it, right?
I think
We
you just
can't
do
talk.
it.
We can't talk
He could
about
just do
that.
it.
G-rated, boys. G-rated.
Don't tell me you would never want to do it.
Alex Movie Collector 00. Thoughts on
What up,
The
Alex?
Brain from 1988?
I like the brain. I like it. It's
I
a
don't
fun
remember
movie.
It's okay.
Scream Factory put it out too.
Did you watch Mikey yet, Jackson? Jack is asking for
It's a good
Uncle
movie.
Bill.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't know. I just own it, and it's just one of the movies I've never watched.
You should
If
watch
we were
it.
going to do that damn Killer Kid show, I would have watched it, but we ain't never going to do that, so I don't
Yeah, we
matter.
will. We'll do it at some point. Mel's going to join us on there
That's
too.
right.
Killer Killed.
Nobody said Bill Cosby. No, that's how far behind we are.
Yeah.
Me.
Thought about it, but no, nobody said it. Is he saying that Valentine's better than my?
Oh, he
Bloody
loves- he loves-
Valentine?
He
Dude, you
loves
got
it.
you got to be shitting me.
He loves it. We tried to help him, but it got smoked in that RadPit versus show, so couldn't do it.
I mean, I don't hate Valentine, but I almost hate it.
You're not a big Jamie Blanks fan, are you?
Urban
what you're trying to
Legend. I like Urban
Oh,
Legend.
Urban Legend is good. Yeah, that's good.
Alpha Romero. What is the best concert you have ever attended?
Bad
Whew.
Company at the Mac. Fucking
That guy-
killed. Played like some sort of scale that I could play right now. God.
Oh, the shit.
I will say that I saw Def Leppard a couple years ago, and I thought to myself, these guys are in freaking incredible still. I mean, I know that's saying Def Leppard like now it's weird, right? Because I never saw them in their heyday, but I was like jaw dropped on how good they were live at this age. Have you guys seen them?
No.
No.
I've never seen him.
No, it's unbelievable.
I'd say top to bottom still have to be it was Iron Maiden, Ronnie James Dio, and Motorhead. And there's just not a lot of concerts like that that are around us. And this was still 4 hours from here. When Dio got on stage, like, I think I become a Dio fan, like pretty hardcore after that. Cause he was like 60 some years old at that point, 70 years old. His voice was maybe the strongest voice that I've ever heard live. Like it came with ease for him. It was like scary. And this guy was like almost 70 years old at the time. It's insane.
Oh, I'll put over Sebastian Bach because I saw him in 2019 and it was freaking awesome. And he just put out a new single and it sounds killer, dude. Have you guys heard it?
No.
Oh, it's really good, man. I'm like, this guy can still sing.
Yeah, he's pretty strong vocals too. He was always pretty good. What about you, Uncle Bill?
Well, I would say I was Bad Company, of course, from the Mac, from the home.
Okay.
No, but honestly, my favorite concert experience might still to this day be Nashville Pussy, because it was in a room about the size of where Garrett's sitting, and there was about 100 people in there, and people
Bail it
like,
back, boys. Bail it back.
and it was so fucking
Jam-packed.
loud that you could feel yourself like almost getting ready to have a heart attack. But it was a great show, and they've got like a female lead guitar player that's like almost completely naked running
Has her
around.
tits hanging out.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about that is another great memory that I have of my dad. My dad went with us to this Nashville Pussy concert in literally a bar. They had their stage set up there, full amps in a damn bar. And first song in from the opening band, my dad goes straight to the bathroom. I thought he had diarrhea or something. I'm like, what in the hell? What in the hell? This would not be a place I'd want to go shit. But he come back out and stuffed his ears full of toilet paper. He goes, I'm good now, boss.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I remember watching videos of you guys back in the day and used to call them Tugboat. And like,
Yeah.
I remember for a while, I actually thought that was Ottman. I was like, are they hanging out with really Tugboat now? Is that what he
Yeah.
looks like now?
I think
Like,
I
I
made
really
like a
did.
fake 8x10 that actually put his head on Tugboat. Like a 8x10 of Tugboat.
I really
about-
did think it was Tugboat.
Worst concert.
Bad Company at
Corey
the Mac.
Feldman.
Yeah, that
Worst
Bad
concert.
Company was pretty bad.
I mean, that still might be the worst one, man. You've seen some shit though in your time here recently. You've had to endure, so I'm not sure if it's the worst, but
Yeah, I mean, I actually had to go see fucking Garrett probably don't know who this is, but I think Uncle Bill does. Shawn Mendes a few years ago in concert.
unfortunately, I do know who that is. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's basically like a one-man boy band, pretty much.
Oh.
And that's just bizarre. Like, I have no idea. Me and my wife take my brother-in-law to a bunch of these shows, so he have somebody to go with or whatever. And he paid for the tickets and shit, so at least I didn't have to pay for being tortured. But it was little girls and their mothers was who was there. It was the atmosphere.
Let me ask a question though with this Corey Feldman thing, because a lot of people are posting this. Would you go see him like right now?
I'm going
I
to see
mean-
him again.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because he's got
Well,
that comeback kid shit. Like,
Yeah, but he's opening for Limp Bizkit this summer. I'm going.
they've got Corey Feldman opening for
It's
fucking
opening
Limp
for Limp Bizkit, yeah.
Bizkit. What the
Yeah,
fuck sense does
yeah.
that make?
Well, here's the thing with Corey Feldman. As much as you want to dog the guy, he's like failing upwards, basically. Like he
Yeah.
keeps doing like, you know what I mean? Like he's touring with Limp Bizkit. This is the biggest role his band's ever been, and like his band's a laughing stock. But to be on tour with Limp Bizkit, it's like that's like the best this guy's ever gotten. So it's just this whole strange dynamic. But yeah,
Kinda
they're touring
sideshow,
around this summer, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be going to that in July.
Come back.
I think he's mentally ill,
come
though,
back,
honestly.
King.
No, he's just telling the truth, man. Nobody believes.
What do
him.
you think about that? We didn't talk about this because this was like, I think before we started doing streams and stuff, that documentary that he did. What are your thoughts on that with the whole court? Because he basically called out Charlie Sheen in that
I
documentary.
mean, put it this way, man. All the stuff coming out now about a lot of people, he basically told us all that back then. So you want to believe him or not believe him? Like, dude, he told us about what's his name there, the dude that's getting in all the trouble now.
Dan Schneider.
Peck,
Oh,
you know,
Brian
Peck.
Peck.
He
Brian
called
Peck.
him out years ago and said, "Oh yeah, this guy did all this stuff," and it kind of just got swept under the rug. This documentary comes out about Nickelodeon. The whole world is like, going crazy on this guy, and
That's
it's
the
like
problem,
Feldman
though.
already told us this, but you didn't.
The-
Nobody took his shit serious.
Well, the problem with Corey Feldman is he's so fucking goofy that he could be like, I know that who killed Kennedy and know it, and nobody would ever believe
That's
him.
the
because
problem,
he's just-
right?
Yeah.
So when everybody
He's
came out, like, I
dancing
can't
around like
believe
Michael
Brian Peck, the
Jackson
guy,
still.
like the guy from Return of the Living Dead, I can't believe you did all this stuff. I'm like, I knew about this. Like, why is this all new?
Well, the big unveil though was that Charlie Sheen thing.
That kind of just went on. Like, it kind of didn't really go anywhere, though. You think
No.
that would be a bigger story?
When and Corey Haim's mother pretty much denied it.
Well,
I
what's
mean-
weird though is that, but Corey Feldman's ex-wife Susie also said that.
Charlie Sheen's insane. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but I mean, like, it wouldn't surprise me, like, if that was true. Like, he's fucking.
But I mean, but I don't. It's
Back
just weird
then,
to
I don't
me.
think
Like,
he was.
that's the thing. Like, imagine being him, like on the set of Lucas. Like, how old was he? Did he have to be?
I'd be wanting to get a hold of
20?
Curry Green, bulls.
No
That'd be
kidding.
me.
But I mean, think about that. Do you think he was kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this to this little kid? Like, it's just weird, man. Like at that age, he wasn't like an older weird man. He was like a kid. So I don't know. It's
I mean, I
don't like
doing that
and like what's the
interview.
other dude from Friday the 13th there? Wasn't he another guy? Other one that was in
Oh,
trouble
yeah,
with those
Dominic
two?
Brasher. Yeah, he was
Joey.
another one that, got
Was hanging
named.
around
Friday
those
the
the
13th.
Corys or whatever. Didn't he do something to Feldman or whatever?
There's a lot of this, like the inner circle of these guys that were kind of almost like a ring of pedophiles in Hollywood.
This comment just killed
What?
because this is exactly like what the problem is with Feldman right here. Let me tell you something serious. Just hold on while I move across the stage to you. It's like, yeah, that sums it up.
It's unfortunate, man. I mean, you obviously know there's something going on where Corey like doesn't even want his son involved in Hollywood. A lot of these people, their kids want to get in. They're like, oh yeah, go ahead. But there's a lot of stuff coming out now about all this stuff. But the problem is there's never nobody's ever like prosecuted really. Like all this P. Diddy stuff that's coming out now. Like when are they going to start arresting people if all this illegal activity is going on?
I haven't
That's what's
kept up
crazy.
with even what's going on with the P. Diddy.
Well, I mean, and that's
Yeah.
another thing too. It's like you don't know what's real and what's not, and what's illegal and what's not. Like there's a lot going on now that they're saying that there's these people going on interviews basically throwing him under the bus and being like, oh yeah, I saw this happen to try to clear their names to being involved and stuff. And a lot of it is like blackmail. Like they would do specific things. Like there's one guy that said that they were at a P. Diddy party and P. Diddy was having sex with freaking Carl Winslow, like in his bedroom. Like the guy,
I
like,
did hear
what-
that. Yeah.
what? Like what does any of this make sense? Why is he in there? Like it's not like what is he blackmailing him
Nah.
for? Like it doesn't make any sense.
That's
you
like
think-
something that would happen in hell or something, right?
but I mean, imagine like he's at his house or whatever, and Diddy's like, "I want that guy." Why him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it doesn't make
You
any
want
sense.
the fucking fat rolls, baby. They're my ex.
Wait. Carl Winslow, is that the guy from like Die Hard?
Yes, yeah.
No, I thought it was the son or what. That's the
No.
fucking big guy from
The
Die
guy-
Hard.
Urkel's dad or the guy
There
like
ain't
that.
no way. There ain't no way that
Reginald Vale Johnson, baby. Let me
Like,
tell you.
what makes? How does that even make sense? Like, what? Like, in what world is that? Like, yeah, that's good. And like, why was he at Diddy's party? The guy
Diddy's
was
gonna-
older by then.
Diddy's going to make like a bud out of his back fat and just go to town.
Do you think after he was
baby.
done, did he
Come
yell out,
on.
did I do that? He's like yelling to us.
God.
Yeah, some people are going on.
Ah.
Let's change the topic here. Mel says that her first car was an 89 Toyota Celica.
Hell
That's
yeah,
a hell of a
baby.
segue, yeah.
My first car was an 88 Dodge Daytona. That thing was
86
sick.
EMC long bed S10.
Woo.
That was
I don't know. I can't even remember what Hyundai XG something or another.
It's
I'm
like
not a
whatever
car
you
person.
like the car before this one.
Fave, pretty much, yeah, but I can't remember. I've got
Wes's
Van-
first car was like a 2002.
I had the newest model, boy. Favorite VHS cover art from Billy Boston, baby.
Oh my god.
The Texas Chainsaw Media.
More cushion for the pushing
Oh my god.
from the Bueno. We're making people thick. P. Diddy has a threesome with Steve Urkel.
I'm telling you,
Carl
it's like
Winslow, aka Keith Lee.
is he alive or is he gone? Is he gone or alive?
No, he's alive.
He's alive? Oh, has he
the
come out
dad
and said anything
from,
about this? Oh, the Fresh Prince is gone, right?
Yeah.
They were kind of the same guy.
People are offended. We got Mama Blu-ray.
Oh, God.
Just type in Carl Winslow and P. Diddy on Google.
I
It's
don't
gonna all
want
come
to.
up. No, I'm not
I'm
saying you,
afraid.
but I'm saying people
I'm
in the
afraid
chat.
there's
if they don't
video
look.
footage.
God.
Oh.
I don't know. Things going
Jackson
off the
Jack,
rails,
I
though.
can't put that on the screen.
No,
No, you can't
I
ask us that.
I don't know. I just thought it was a weird comment to someone to make.
Keith Stofferson says it was 83 Chevy Caprice, 88 Dodge Daytona, 86 Dodge Duster. Some of these cars I should have just.
Somebody had a
called them like-
Daytona too. I had a Daytona. Mine had T-tops and stuff. It was sweet. I used to like jump in.
Reginald Vell Johnson, isn't his name?
Yep.
So, yeah, well, so yeah, we've answered a shit ton of questions. If anybody has anything else real quick, I think we're caught up. But it's been, we went through a lot. That's how we like to do it on these. And this is the first time that the RadPit has actually done one of these Q&As together. So that I can recall.
At least for a long time, sure.
It's been a long time, yeah.
Now, I mean, we got some stuff kind of in the pipeline, in the works. We got Hall of Fame coming, which we do every year. Me and UB are going to be doing the 100 scariest movie moments from Bravo from back in the day. That'll be a weekly kind of series.
That was a big thing, man.
Always like that one.
So I think later this summer we're going to do because it's the 20th anniversary of the first horror convention that we went to this year. And then that fall was when that Bravo had and it was like, how many memory or movie moments did they go through in the one
100.
episode?
Oh, on the Bravo or on
It was like multiple episodes, wasn't it? On the Bravo one.
I think the Bravo might have been one straightforward long show. I thought.
Hold on.
I'll have to look it up because I was thinking it was like 10 per episode or something like that.
You got it. You said right.
I've still got the DVD somewhere.
I learned actually about a lot of horror movies from that thing. Because what year was that? 2000 and what?
2004, I think. Because it was the same year we went to that horror fan show.
2004 on Bravo. Yep.
Yeah, I
Aired
learned
in
about a lot of movies there.
aired in 5 60-minute segments. The miniseries counts down what producer Anthony, aka Tony Timpone, and a couple other guys determine the 100 most frightening and disturbing moments in the history of horror movies.
Norla's tapes, boys. Instead of whining, won't you put your question there? I ain't ignoring any question. Did you guys see any questions that he had?
I didn't notice.
You kiss my big ass.
He's just saying you're skipping over questions.
No, I'm not. I mean,
You
I'm
are
not intentionally.
Hey, you need to quit because Norla's tapes is getting pissed.
Norla's tapes.
Just so you guys all know, if anybody asks a question that didn't get answered, Wes is hosting
It's his fault.
the guy in the dead.
Well, it helps if you put a question mark, right? That's what I was looking for. I'm not going to read through every freaking comment on here. So if you're asking a question, it should end in a question mark.
Like an English teacher in the movie.
We can't put Mikaras up here either.
Oh God.
Look at White Peter said his got skipped.
Well, answer. I told you. If you guys have questions,
Basically,
right now, we're caught up.
He's saying super chat them, and he'll make sure to check them.
Yeah, super chat it, bro.
That's the only way he'll take questions.
I do this for a living, bro.
Where the
Give me a
pros
super chat.
are.
So, hey, if you guys remember him, I didn't see him. I didn't see Norless tapes. I didn't see.
He said the big guy.
Yeah.
That's like his new nickname.
Hey,
I'm
yo.
Uncle Bill, and I'm here with the big guy.
Big guy.
Okay.
Justin Smith, what year?
I wrestled. The promotion that I mainly wrestled for was I wrestled for a promotion called Showcase Pro Wrestling, and I wrestled another promotion called PLW. And I actually wrestled for a promotion. I don't remember what the name of it was, but the promoter was John Cena's father. And I did that for a little while. This must have been 2000.
You got a picture with John Cena's dad from something.
Yeah.
What was that from? It's on your Facebook.
That was one of the wrestlers' weddings.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. This must have been 2007, 2008 is when I wrestled. And if you guys watch AEW, there's a wrestler on there called Vincent, and he's going to be on my channel in June. So I know him from wrestling here, and then he ended up making it big.
He signed with the WWE there. I don't know what happened with that, right?
So I see this is one of those things where it would be a question I'd want to ask him, but wrestling's funny because there's only going to so much curtain they're going to really try to pull because, obviously I'm sure he doesn't want to, screw up any chances that he might have in the future if he speaks out of term or whatever. But yeah, he was being prospected by WWE, and plans fell through once Vince came back during that little hiatus, and he ended up signing with AEW. Now, as far as the whole story behind that, I don't know if he's going to say it, but I know a little bit about it. But yeah, I've known him since when I was wrestling. We used to wrestle together in those promotions around here, and he's made it to AEW, which is big.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm, what is the best movie of 2023?
God bless. I have to look up the movies of 23.
Yeah, I can't recall. Man, I'm bad with stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
Like if somebody names the movie, I can probably tell you the year, but I just can't think of all the movies that came out in said year.
That's a lot of bullshit that came out actually. Probably The Holdovers for me. Oppenheimer came out. The Holdovers.
The Holdovers was good.
Barbie.
American Fiction. Killers of the Flower Moon, which was Scorsese's. Godzilla -1. Everybody seems to be fucking going crazy over that. Was that 23? I guess it was. Fuck, I don't know.
So there you go. I don't know.
Evil Lurks. Was that 2023? That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. The mayor is asking a personal question.
I don't know the answer to
that. He's back.
Let's just say I've stopped the toilet up a few times. The worst wrestling show you have ever attended.
Well, I mean, are you talking indie events or
that's what I was thinking.
Events? Like, there's been some WWE events that I went to back in the day where like a lot of people canceled, so they had to kind of scramble these random matches together. And I think like the main event on one was like Duggan versus Slaughter or something like that. I think
I can remember. I think Uncle Bill, you went with me to this one. Did you go with me to the wrestling show up in Blaine, Kentucky?
Yes.
Yep. This shit was freaking hilarious. Blaine, Kentucky is like, I mean, Garrett, if you come to Prestonsburg, you would think it's the head of nowhere for sure.
I would actually be excited to come there.
But like, it's not. We need to take you to Blaine. If you come here, we'll take you to Blaine.
I just feel like time there would be like so slow paced.
Well, time in
feel
Blaine
time
is like
here is like
1927 in Blaine. It's almost 100 years. So we go up there, and I used to record all of I had a camcorder. I used to take them to all these wrestling shows and just record them. I mean, hobby, I guess. And these fucking people that were running the show thought we were with some sort of magazine or something. Do you remember this? And it was a legit screw job finish in the main event. I don't know what in the hell happened. And they were trying to explain it to us.
I do remember that. I'd forgotten completely about that.
I was thinking there's like fucking 15 people here, boys. Really? Somebody didn't want to do the job in Blaine in front of 15 people. And Garrett, it took them, I'm not kidding, it probably took an hour and a half to put that damn cage up.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think that was why we went too, is because we were like, we want to see how they do this.
It's a steel cage match.
Yeah, like because
it was like an old school NWA steel cage, but it just took them for hell and ever to get that thing up. And that match literally, like I said, 90 minutes to put that cage up at least. That match was probably not 5 minutes long.
It was awful. Funny.
Those are some. I would love to see some of those old tapes. When you guys used to heckle?
If I had a good way of transferring them, I would put them up for sure. But yeah, I don't see any more question marks, Bulls.
All right, might as well call it. It's been like 2 hours.
Yeah, we're right at 2 hours. So Garrett, what do you got coming up on the channel?
So I had a little hiatus last week. I wasn't really doing much, so I have a lot to catch up on now. I got hauls. I've got some reviews I got to catch up on. Like I said, I know me and UB are going to start the Bravo's 100 Scariest Movie Moments. Saturday night, I'm doing like a Super Mario Super Show. You want to come check that out. It's me, Tabata Vision, Christian, Mid-Level, and Cody. We all are going to unbox this bad boy. Ugh.
That's a miracle that thing came out.
Yep.
So it's still sealed. So we're going to do a live unboxing. We're all going to box it together and kind of go through the innards. We've got a Rad Pack stuff coming up this month. Me and Mel are working on something that's going to be on my channel as well. And I think her channel, it's going to be on as well. So just keep your eyes open. There's a lot of stuff in the works. I have a lot to catch up on. So there should be a lot of content coming through.
I'm not getting the Diary of the Dead Steelbook ever. I don't care if it's $5. Never.
I don't be getting that
either. Some stuff we've got coming up tomorrow. I have a special retrospective that I did with Dirk for the 1982 Don Jones /tastic ghost cannibal movie, The Forest. We did like a big in-depth review of it, backstory on it, clips from the movie and everything. It's pretty damn cool. That's going to be tomorrow night. And Uncle Bill, I think you're doing something on, what day is it? Sunday?
Sunday at 10 is with a bunch of other shit hens who are unnamed as of yet, but we're going to be doing the films of Umberto Lenzi, a bunch of giallos, a bunch of cannibal films, a bunch of horror films all together, and start the tour of Italy again, bulls. So you get your pasta, you get your lasagna.
Speaking of Italy, bulls, now this is a classic, Garrett. Have you ever seen this?
Of course.
The Devil's Honey.
I have the Blu-ray.
You want to play the saxophone.
Film.
Are you gonna play that George Michael song? That'd be killer.
Sure.
Yeah.
They play saxophone throughout probably 95% of this entire movie too. Yeah. It's hilarious.
There's a little bit of vulva saxophone in there. I'm not gonna lie.
That's you think would that work? Does that enough air come out of the saxophone to where it would? Okay.
My experience, you can put a saxophone up in it. That works.
I got a review of that probably coming the next day or so. Too.
I love Garrett No Sell. This shit is my favorite part about it.
But yeah, we've had a good crowd the entire night, over 200 people most of the entire night. So we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything, and hopefully we can get back together and do some of these shows. Hall of Fame in June, and maybe we can get back and figure some more stuff out. Maybe Vestron, if we can
Get the Slipster.
find Slippy in a better mood.
Yeah. I was gonna say if he ever like comes back into the fold, we'll get a bunch of shows done at one time.
Let's do it.
Everybody have a good night. We will catch you guys next time. BornToBeRad.com and DeadPit.com.
Give us the thumbs up,
Off you butt.
like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.
We ain't never